Okay, so I was just trying to get some supply boxes cleared out so I can do another training video to show you benefits of doing a hunting barbarians right now with supply boxes. Now this lady is under attack. I shouldn't say this commander. I shouldn't call her a lady. So this guy just moved into the area, and he didn't have his tag QWQP at the time. He was just Hazababa, and I saw him out gathering, and I thought, oh, okay, hello, neighbor, kind of thing. And I thought, well, he's not part of an alliance nearby, so I'm not worried about trying to figure out what his alliance might need warning about. His alliance is Jumper QWQ, so he might be jumping from this kingdom to another kingdom. So if he stays in the area, he'll want to know what's going on, but if not, he won't. But he attacked my gatherers. I told him, I will attack back if you attack my gatherers. So I probably will do that, but not right away. First, I want to just show you real quick. So he attacked my gatherers with a greater number of troops. His troops were led by Sun Tzu. Mine were just a gathering, right? Let's go ahead and do an attack. I warned him. I'll show you my warning real quick. Um, he was scouting me before. I said, hello, neighbor. Greater enemies in the area. Come attack, man. Would be wise to become a friend. What are you saying? And I followed the rest. Come and hug me. Come attack. Oh, don't you just love it when they throw in? You shouldn't have done this. So let's go ahead and attack him just to see. I'm just curious to know. Let's see if I don't know if I have an attack commander yet in here. I just got some points put on Yilji, and I decided to make him another garrison because it's obvious I'm going to need more than one garrison to protect flags and central fortresses and stuff. But I could have turned him into an attack. Infantry, I tend to think is more related to when you're ready to do KVK and you're doing coordinated attacks, because I had been asked before whether I was an infantry, cavalry, or archer city. So you tend to start focusing on one area when you get your main legendary commander, which you'll get legendary commanders as you're going along, but they're not the really, really strong ones. So far, I have Charles Martel, and I have him pretty much in every city I've gotten, and he's been one of the early ones. You could build him up as a legendary, but later you'll have the opportunities to earn one of the really big legendaries like Richard the First. You can buy in the beginning the one that is one of the harder ones to get unless you put a lot of money in. And he's real strong, and then you can have a really strong legendary from the beginning. And when you're attacked by a legendary, you get a lot more resources. So I don't want to attack him with Charles Martel because then he'll get resources from his alliance. And I built up Charles as garrison real quick in order to go to the central fortress to play my little games. So it doesn't look like, oh, I have Scipio. He is good for conquering and attack. So I have him set up a little bit of both. Let's see how much I can set him up with my talents. I kind of hold on to a lot of my XP. So I've got a fair amount I can play with. Let's go ahead and build him up just for the fun of it. Like I said, this is meant to educate. We'll see how many talents I can put on. And I'm going to need it looks like, attack and conquering types of commanders. I only started learning how to start using them because I was never doing city attacks. But in my main alliance, so many people abandon their cities, and so they get so rich in resources that it brings in people during the elimination events that they refer to as the killing events to attack the cities to plunder them. So I wanted us to plunder them in order to remove the temptations, but I hadn't really spent a lot of time learning. I was just playing with it. Whereas here it looks like we will need to know more. So let's look at these two talent trees. So here it increases the attack of units. Here the defense. But look over here, damage dealt to watchtowers and damage taken from watchtowers. So these are crucial for going after cities. This is for when you're in the open. Over here under attack, which I had started developing, rage when they are attacked, increasing attack, counterattack, and damage taken. So this is more in the open field, and over here, this is more towards the city. So let's just go ahead and build up a couple. Now I can attack with more than one. Let's see, I wanted to add one more talent, but I didn't really build up Scipio on this. So I'm going to go look at Simba real quick and see if maybe I will attack with Simba. We'll go ahead and definitely build this up. I may attack with the weaker one and then attack with the stronger one, and we can see where that goes. Let's see here. Let's go over to Simba and see what Simba's got. Sorry for the delay. I am working in BlueStacks, if anyone is wondering. When you first log in, it's pretty fast. It's pretty good, but it gets bogged down a lot. It fills up its cache, and you have to restart the game. Sometimes you even have to restart your machine. And I've learned that the cache in this is hard. I've tried other emulators and haven't found them yet to be useful yet either. I have not found the right one. So over here, I built up Scipio already because of someone that did similar type of activities, going after our gatherers and then threatening to go after our cities. And I talked to his. Okay, so this Scipio is a little bit further for Watchtower, but he's not that much further. So I will go ahead. I think I will send Scipio because, or Simba, sorry. Scipio was the same in both of them. I'll go ahead and send this one just because I want to let him know that he's attacking someone who's a member of an alliance. So, where is Hasababa? I would know if I were in the other city, wouldn't I? I don't even know where I sent out from. Here's Mafoon's. I went straight over here. And what I'll do is I will send over like it's going to be gathering. Oh, it looks like someone else is going after him. Let me go see this. I don't know who it is. I just see a general direction. It looks like he attacked someone else's troops. Up here, that's him gathering. I don't know who else is doing that. They just have a white there. It's not an attack yet. So it looks like someone's marching in his direction. But from where, I do not know yet. I can't see anyone marching. But if he's attacking other gatherers, he's going to anger a lot of people. And that's what is strange about the beginning of this game. So many people think that this is just about going after the smaller guy or going after the other guy. And I believe in having it be an equal footing. So I wanted it to be where I could train people. Sorry, I just get curious sometimes when I see so many red dots. I wanted to just train people in order to help them be able to know how to read different situations and play the game better and fight against all of the bullies that tend to play this. And this guy is looking like he's that kind of bully personality just from the dialogue that was in the chat between him and Tiger. So as I'm marching out here, it looks like I'm going to just gather. See, had I gone straight at him, I would have gotten that red flashing eyeball with the whole banner going around in his screen showing you are under attack and it's a more powerful city and they are going to come after you and get your defenses up. All the drama that the game creates. So instead, I like to do the sneak up, or well, I don't even know. It's not really even sneaking up. It's just put my one in place. So this guy is probably marching to here. That's why that X is there. If it were red, it would have been a scouting or a you're about to be attacked. So he's not getting the warning on this guy either. And maybe this is, no, it's not maybe because I'm going to gather. I was thinking maybe, and it is the wrong direction. So someone else is coming over to go after him too. So I'm not the only one. If it were if it were friendly times, I would really work hard to finding out and say let's attack together. But since most of the cities in this area tend to be cities not related to my alliance anymore because they targeted it and went after it because my words were too difficult for one of their leaders to listen to. Let's go ahead and march over here. So it looked like I was just going over there. Oh shoot, I sent the wrong guy. How did I do that? I know how I did it because I went to gather. I shouldn't have gone to gather with this guy. I meant to come over here. Let's see. We'll send a gather. My Sheepio. I was not thinking. I just did it on auto, letting them automatically decide who's the best. And I meant to send Sheepio. And I'll send Sheepio with, I don't know who of these I've turned into a rage. Lohar's strong for rage. Well, but he's just towards barbarians. I could send my primary. I don't think I've built up his rage that much. Sometimes I've started building up some of my gatherers in rage this game, this kingdom. I did not do that in my first kingdom at all. Because I was learning. B, I don't think that gatherers should have to have rage, but this game started so intensely aggressive from the very beginning. Even in the previous kingdom that I jumped from, the first two locations of these cities, and they were in different areas of the kingdom, they had people coming after them, just like this guy's going after people. He thinks he's the big game in town, and he just thinks, okay, I'm gonna show everybody kind of thing mentality, and that's just, it's not a smart way of playing, but it's also not something that I abide by because these are the future bullies. These are the ones that want to push everyone around. They use tough talk and chat, and they and what was interesting, I keep thinking I'm in Tiger and I'm in Simba. They keep thinking that they can threaten. How do I put this? They can threaten everyone with their talk because they think they'll just go after them with their mighty commanders. And he may have a really mighty commander in there too. He attacked with the Sun Tzu level 20, and Sun Tzu is a very good commander for attacking. But Sun Tzu in the beginning, if he's using him just for attacking, then he's not building him up for garrison, and he may have a really weak garrison. I'm not going to bother to scout. I'm just going to attack. Um, no, maybe I'll scout. Well, this will be part of the lesson. I'll just wait till my troops are up closer, and I'll scout so that you can see what their troops are in the garrison, because that should be part of the lesson as well. So let us go ahead. Where are we? Shipio's not a very fast marcher. He, oh my word, I'm even sending the wrong things. Look at this. So let's see what I have in here. Oh my word. See, I'm not used to attacking, and I think you can tell that at this point because I don't even have, look at, I have all these siege units for gathering. And as I told you all, keep your siege units at level 1. Level 1 isn't good for attacking cities. So here we go again. Okay, so hopefully you're learning a lot from this lesson because you're learning from my mistakes because I'm not an experienced attacker. But who knows, maybe by the time I attack him, someone else will have attacked him. But the X has gone away, so whoever it is no longer threatening him. So if you'll be patient with me, I don't have my editing equipment set up or the computer set up that has my video editing, so this will be a longer video than it needs to be. Meanwhile, I'll just quickly, let me address just real quickly. I was going to do it in separate videos, but I'll just do it real quickly. Doing your dailies. You need to be doing your dailies pretty much as you can. Most of them are self-explanatory. There's a few in here that aren't. I will do that as a separate video since I've already um, done them. But basically, if there's one that's called using your boosts. So the boosts that I like to use are these random ones. I just set it up on this. Usually it automatically goes to one of the croplands, one of the foods. But I tend to choose this and just do the 5 because these are all random and they are so annoying anyways, trying to figure out how many will give me enough whatever. So that's what I tend to do with that. I'm going to go ahead and clear these. Also, I told you about the Lohar event being so important in the beginning. Another one that's important in the beginning after Lohar is the supply boxes. So everyone should be hunting lots and lots and lots of barbarians. So, okay, oops, I'd like to accept all on all of these as soon as I get them. I don't bother to look at what I'm getting. And I don't like to have all of these red things, so I'm constantly clearing those out by clicking on them or just clicking on the tab. Oh, and I still have to do the verification, so I'll do that while we wait for Shipio to get back into the city. I truly hope that you're learning from my mistakes. I know I am. Although I may repeat them, I cannot say I won't necessarily repeat them. But because I was sending to gather rather than to attack, so what I'll do is I'll send to reinforce first because that'll actually give me more of a recommendation. And it recommends Pelagius for reinforcing. How do I have Pelagius set up? I have him set up for garrison and skill. And so because it's reinforcing another city, that's the terminology. You're going to visit a city. Usually I use reinforce to move from city to city when I need to sneak around, like I showed you. That's why they recommended Pelagius, because he is for garrisoning and protecting a city or other structures such as an alliance flag or central fortress. Don't want Pelagius, I want Scipio because we're going to attack a city. And for my secondary, we were looking at Pelagius because I built up his rage. Sendio, she's a legendary and she's known as a gatherer, and I'm glad I have her earlier. I'm going to add a lot more of attack and rage on her um, because she is a legendary and I don't want to use her just as a gatherer. You get plenty of gatherers, so I didn't get her till really, really late in the game on my first city, and I'm like, ooh, I like her. So I've gotten her in in two cities besides my first, and so I've decided not to have her as a gatherer. Okay, so let's go back real quick. We're going to send Scipio for the secondary rage. I will send Pelagios. I haven't started playing with this new one, Imhotep, much, but everyone seems to be getting Imhotep. In fact, let's look at what Imhotep is set up because, knowing what your commanders can do is important. Unfortunately, I have so many commanders in so many cities, I don't know how they're important. I may be setting him up as garrison. Yes, I've been setting him up as garrison. So he doesn't have very much rage and his skills are only at 1 and 1. Pelagius was my first because I chose Spain. His rage is at 5. And remember, your secondary, only their skills apply. So look at his skills here. He probably has the strongest skills. We were looking at Lohar. His are not very high, and they're geared towards barbarians because he's a peacekeeper. Her rage is high, but she's also geared towards peacekeeping. But Pelagius is stronger. So we will choose Pelagius. Well, let's look real quick. So these are the skills that apply. So first one's Rage, level 3 for cavalry units. Okay, so we'll put some cavalry in there. Garrison of your own city. They are strengthened by him with this one, so he's not a garrisoning, so this one will not apply. And they have a 10% chance to heal a portion of slightly wounded every second for 2 seconds. And it's only a level 1, but it's available. And then if you look at Markswoman, now Markswoman is not a strong player, but as I've mentioned in other videos, I built her up to a 3 just because she's great for peacekeeping, and she can take a secondary if she's built up to 3, and then I just leave her alone. I don't build her up anymore. And Lohar, the same thing. I built him up to level 3, so he could be. These are the 2 strongest peacekeeping fighters I have. They can take out a secondary, and they gain a lot of XP when they hunt barbarians, and so does the secondary. So I use them to train up all of my gatherers to start. All of these gatherers got these levels, and I just got Belisarius, and I love Belisarius. Belisarius is good for peacekeeping, and then what I'll probably do is make him for peacekeeping initially, because cavalry is typically, cavalry and mobility, those are in the field, and that's for battle. And I won't need him for battle yet. Well, I'm thinking open field battle, not city or strengthening cities and all that. And you can always reassign your skills. So I will build him up as peacekeeping, I believe, too, because then I can send him out to hunt barbarians and really build up with time. But all of these were built up just by being secondaries barbarian hunting. You will want to apply XP to gatherers in the beginning in order to have that ability to gather a lot. But because we were put on the defensive so quickly, I ended up having to build up conquering an attack. Didn't want to be at that position yet, but it's serving a purpose for training. So we will send Pelagius, and we'll see how Pelagius does. So let's go ahead and choose our Scipio. And we will add Pelagius because I liked his skills better. Always remember with the secondary, only the skills apply. And for what we'll be taking, see, for reinforcing, we didn't need battering ram, but we'll use battering rams. We'll max that out. And let's see, bowmen. We'll need a lot of bowmen. I don't know how much we'll need those. See, we're going after a city, so we need to attack the structure. Now, like I've told you, I'm not very experienced in attacking cities. So my training is probably not the best if you want to be attacking cities. I don't want it to be the best for attacking cities. I want people to be on an even footing. I'm just doing this because he will be a bully in his next kingdom. And maybe if he starts watching the videos, he'll realize that he's not going to succeed well if he just takes on that. But I mean, everyone plays the game they want to play. I just don't like it when people play nasty. And I don't, when they want to bully and turn into gangs like KWP does, then I have to do something about it. Let's go ahead and we'll send him towards the gathering. Even though he won't be a gatherer, it'll just look that way. Sorry that it's so slow because, gatherers, you ramp up speed quickly. Now, also, I hope everyone is doing every single event that exists and collecting every single prize you can get because there are so many, especially all these defeating barbarians. I love it. As you can tell from all of my videos, barbarian hunting, I'm a more of a player versus environment. My player isn't play versus player, except for sometimes some of my friends and I compete. And my friends are friends I made in this game, mind you. I didn't come with a bunch of friends. But I believe that the player should be player with player, not player versus player. So just wanted to make sure everything is caught up as much as possible. I haven't played with this at all. I'm too busy. I haven't played with this at all. Mighty's a government today. It's about training troops, so definitely I'll do all of this. You can tell I've not even been paying attention, and I've done already a lot. And I train troops all the time. I believe that that's the part of building the strength that really is important to me. I'm upgrading most of mine except for siege units. I'm not upgrading my ones in siege units, but I am training up level twos. I'm just not upgrading any of my level ones. I'm training still a lot more level ones. My first city, which is a level 20 already, well, I shouldn't say already. It's actually not very high once you hit first kingdom, and we are about to have the first kingdom fight, although I'm helping my alliance and other alliances to migrate because it became a kingdom of bullies. Started off kind of like this, but a lot later than this. A lot later by ROK standards, about a week later. Anyhow, I'm still training level 1 siege units in my other cities because you keep being able to take out more and more and more and more gatherers, and you keep being able to go after higher and higher and higher nodes. So the level 1 siege units are by far the fastest. Well, not I shouldn't say by far. I investigated it. I actually took some screenshots and did the math, and they're faster to marching there, and they're faster to actually collect as well. So you want to keep an awful lot of siege units. Okay, he's gathering now. So let's go closer so we can move into the trees here. I just don't know if he's watching from his computer or not and paying attention. And it's just, to me, it's more fun if I'm a little sneaky and trying to just play for fun of it. So we'll march him over there. I sometimes play too fast with my mouse, and I start moving my avatar, my commander, and his troops to a place where I shouldn't be moving them. I started almost highlighting this guy again to send him in. So, okay, let's go ahead and we'll scout this guy. We'll see what he has so you know what we're dealing with. We'll see what the scout comes up with. Okay. Still scouting. Scout's not very fast either. I'm trying to speed up scout camp as quickly as I can, but I'm limited on how fast I can build up my city with having to protect the city so early in the game. Okay, so this is what the scout says he has. Sun Tzu, primary commander, and Sun Tzu is a good garrison commander. So if he's built him up with garrison, he's good. And these are the troops he has on hand, and he has Lohar as his secondary. So we'll go ahead and we'll attack. What did that say? I thought it said something about level 8. He won't lose any troops. I think that's what it was saying. He won't lose any troops. I'm just attacking for the sake of attacking. Um, I don't know if you've noticed, but the first time, as long as you're level 7, you're going to heal within 3 seconds and use resources. That's pretty much all that happens to your troops that are in the city. You don't lose any troops. Now, I will lose troops, but like I told you, this is for a training video, so I want people to be able to read the reports and see what's happening. So I could have brought my lower level one over here and built it up and gone after him, and I wouldn't have lost troops either. But, you know, too much time. Let's just do this. I want you to learn. Well, it's taking a lot longer than I had hoped because, and I am losing a lot of troops, I am sure, but I don't care. Like I told you, I'm doing this for training, and hopefully you all know that going after cities is not a smart deal. But boy, is it taking a lot longer than I'd hoped. Why is it taking so long? Well, I'm probably injuring all his troops and his watchtower and his wall. You know, my troops are having fun. Sorry it's taking so long. But he'll have some building up to do. This will do some damage to his city. Well, he won't lose troops, but he will have damage to his wall. And if he didn't build up his watchtower, he'll have a lot more damage than need be. But he won't lose any troops. Like I said, he won't have any dead. See, he has 0 dead because he's still at level 7. That's one of the perks of the game when you're starting out. As long as you stay up to level 7, you have a little bit more protection. That's why they give you the peace bubble for 2 days. You have a little bit more protection. And then I lost all of these. So you see how stupid it is for people to be attacking cities. That is why they haven't been attacking our cities much, except for that one attack on Tiger, because that guy just didn't know how dumb it is to attack cities. Now, there can be more damage to the city than this on a normal level. If he had been a level 8 or higher, he would have had a lot of dead, and his power would have gone down a lot. But his watchtower took damage, and he will have a lot of resources to use for healing. So, like I said, I just did this for training, just for the fun of it, just because I can tell this is the kind of bully he's going to become. So, if you are in a later kingdom than this one that he jumps to, just so you know, he is going to be one of the bullies. If his don't you just love how these come up with these little sad faces? Oh no, I've been beaten. I've been beaten. You know, it's kind of funny. And you do realize, I hope, all of you newbies, when you're looking at that report, none of your slightly wounded, they can't fight anymore. Now, some commanders have the ability to heal in the field. In fact, one of my commanders did, Pelagius did, so that kind of extended the fight a little bit longer because he was able to heal some of these and keep them fighting. They come back to the city, of course, with the severely wounded or the dead. This is interesting. So I didn't have any severely wounded because they all died. So my hospital, and I don't know if I cleared up my hospital before I went out. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't really doing Barbie. So my hospitals are empty. I'm not spending any resources healing. Everyone died. So my expense will be training up 6,800 more troops. And that's a pretty price to pay, you know. That's the thing about attacking cities is you're going to be losing an awful lot of trained troops, and now you have to replace them. And how fast you replace them, I think these are training about 500 at a time. So 6,800 will take, let's see, there's 2,000 here total. So that'll take 6, 7, 8 hours. And that's for level 2. Now, if it was level 3, a lot longer. They take a lot longer to train. So when Tiger was attacked, the city was attacked. Had they used level 2 and that had lost that number, their power would have gone down a lot. So that's what you have to keep in mind when you're attacking cities. And like I told you, the only reason I went after him is because of the arrogance of his dialogue proved that he was going to start being a bully. I'll go ahead and open a chat with him just real quick. Let him know where he'll be able to see his fame. So sorry, what am I doing? We'll open a chat. There. You can read that, pause it, read it, letting them know. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say you might want to change your city name, but okay. Because I don't think my training videos will have a wide audience, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so that's about what it's like to attack a city. So, signing off.